Then I did something with the owl. I think she's just giving me owl vibes, right? She's got feathers. This kind of comes up like an owl's, like their ears, you know. So yeah, I went with that, kind of given like a woodsy vibe. Again, like kind of like the fox. So I finagled a background. Ran this. There's like. Used a little AI for the top of the space thing because I couldn't find a public domain picture of shutter drag, like stars. That's what that is. It's like a Razor fan would understand. It's where you leave like a shutter open and you get stars moving like that. I couldn't find a picture like that I liked, so I used AI to get the sky, and then I used picture of the true, but it like AI makes everything look really painted sometimes, and some of these I can't show you with my fingers. Some of these aren't perfect little circles, right? So I put in another layer of a forest. You can kind of see where I crudely meshed them together back here. And then I ran this through Filter Gallery. This was all in a separate file. Ran it through Filter Gallery, gave it that dappled paint look, just to kind of match it to that AI paint sky. So I do use AI in some things, but I don't use like full-blown... I don't let AI make my background. I'm still in charge of that. I'll let it help with an element of my background to maybe save me a couple of steps, but that's all it's doing. It's saving me a couple of steps. I'm still doing the work. So that's my relationship with AI. It hasn't put me out of business quite yet, because I see what some cosplayers online have shared. They're like, oh, I used this AI app to put in this cool background. I'm like, yeah, but it gave you 10 fingers, or it doesn't really quite mesh your cosplay into that background perfectly. It's not quite right, not yet. So I'm still relevant. Also art. So here's her original color profile from the original picture. That doesn't mesh, so I started to fuck with it. Got it there, using that technique of cloning the hell out of the layer. Oh, added some fog, did that color correction thing with the fog again. More fog, we went really crazy with the fog. I try to do something, like, when I first started doing this, I was just a background and the subject, and that was it. And then I got into the background and the subject and lighting elements. And that was it. And now, for a little while, I've done background, subject, lighting elements, and I'm trying to get more into like a foreground element, like fog, dust, anything to make them look like they're there, or put something in front of them. Like sometimes I'll have a situation where I can't remember the name of the character, but it was from the cyberpunk anime, Lucy. I shot Lucy at Comic-Con in Phoenix last year, Fan Fusion, whatever, and I had her. I knew the picture I wanted to edit that I've seen from the anime. I knew this, like the exact shot that I wanted to get, and so I had her sit on a bench the exact way that character would sit, and then I edited her exactly that way and put something a little bit in front and a little bit behind her and different elements and stuff like that to make it look like she was really in that environment. And it's not perfect. I don't think my work's like awesome or anything, but it kind of shows you how far I've come. I'm always willing to try new things, and I want to make things look better all the time. So if I can't convince myself that these things look nice, how can I convince anybody else? So let's see. I kicked her back over into Lightroom. Here's the before. Here's the after. I really messed with the color profile in Lightroom. I got a little carried away, but I like it deep like this. Versus, it's a little lighter here, right? But you get the vibe. But here you really get the vibe. I want that painted look. I want her to look almost painted on. But when you see it, it's like, oh, that's a picture? Oh, you took a picture of a cosplayer. That's a person. Then you painted them into the background or painted the background around them, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's not exactly a painting, but it's not exactly a picture. It's a little bit of both. And the next one, I was gonna do this one of her, and I just haven't gotten there yet. Let's see. Go ahead and get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Oh yeah, and I'm working on this. I'm trying to... The armor, I think it's just the way she's posed, but she looks like a toy. And this is not fleshed out. This is just like her on a background and me trying to get an idea of what I want to do. And I don't know. I have no idea what I want to do with her. Because it's so hard to put her in an environment that's not the Forge, and it's hard to find elements of the Forge that aren't ripping something directly off from Disney. So yeah, this is a heavily blended public domain picture of a diorama somebody made. I was like, yes, thank you for putting this picture in the public domain. Good luck selling your diorama. I'm taking the picture. It's public. So that's what I'm working on now. In this guy, I want to work on him. These are what's on my chopping block up next. And this fella and her. So I was getting started on her. I have a bunch of background. I could try. I could see what I can do here on stream. Oh, there's my pet rabbit. Hi, sweetie. What you doing? Cool as hell, girl. You're so dope. You got a rockin' mullet. She has a rockin' mullet. She's a rock star. Alright, let's see. Did I select the character? No. Alright, I'll start right from the top. I found a bunch of backgrounds that I potentially like. Or that I potentially... Well, all of them have been made in separate files. Separate windows in Photoshop. Use it. Don't get into nothing you're not supposed to now. The backgrounds are made in separate windows, files, and artboards, whatever the fuck you call Photoshop. But I'll use different elements, maybe some AI, maybe some public domain stuff, usually a little combination of everything. Do all the color correcting, filtering to make it look like a painting or whatever I'm going for, and then I'll collapse it, because that in itself is a 5 gigabyte file. And then I'll collapse it, and then save it as a JPEG, a big one, and then have my own backgrounds, right? And so then I'll take those finished backgrounds, drop them into the file that I want to start editing, and still when I'm done with this file alone will be 5 gigs. So if I did my background and my background creation and my subject stuff all in the same file, it would be like a 10 to 12 gig thing, and I just can't. My computer can't. Well, I mean, maybe, but let's not push it. So that's why I do the background separate, because they really are just two different assignments, you know. But it's a lot of work, and that's why these take a long time to finish, because I'm doing all this stuff from scratch. So I'm sourcing the materials, I'm mixing, compositing, layering, all the stuff. So here I clicked their select subject here, and it gave me a little rough, but you can see where it's not perfect. So I'm going to take the quick selection tool. Damn, it got this almost perfect. But shit, I'm going to come in and try to fix things up a little bit, and I'll go in more manually here in a second, but this way I can just get like the bigger chunks. Oh, don't need that. Let's see, don't need that. Definitely want that. And unfortunately, sometimes subjects can kind of have the same colors as the background, and it confuses the AI, like in this situation. She's got a lot of brown. Like this paracord right here is brown and blue. That needs to be out. Oh, I'm just going to have to do that by hand. That's okay. Okay. And if I get quiet and stop chatting so much, it's because I'm focused. or it's because my friggin' jaw hurts. I didn't pregame for this, so might get a little tight. Not sponsored, but if your tummy's feeling funny, ginger ale, or just ginger, period. Suck on some ginger. Boy, she's really got some desert colored stuff on. I'm just gonna have to go in and do that by hand. That's okay. That's alright. So if you're just joining us, welcome. I'm Big Click Energy. Hi. And we're working on Mandalorians. We're up close, we're personal, we're selecting. If you got, I think we're losing Prime subs soon, which is weird. History lesson here real quick. Twitch is owned by Amazon now. Bummer. But it has been for a minute too, not just recently or anything. But it's owned by Amazon, and that's why we have Prime subs. If you have Amazon Prime, you can use your Amazon Prime to subscribe to your favorite Twitch user for 1 month. It doesn't roll on. You have to keep using your Prime sub every month. But if you use it, it's $5 that Jeff Bezos doesn't get to keep. So if you have Amazon Prime, I suggest you use your Prime sub. Not necessarily on me, but go find a Twitch streamer that you like, that you appreciate, that you want to support. Hit that Prime sub, because they might be getting rid of it soon, and we need to keep using it while we got it. So please, Prime it. Use your Prime sub whenever you can for anyone. Just use it, or you're gonna lose it. Alright, that's where I want to... too much. Calm down. Too far. Alright, so now I'm gonna select inverse that selection. I'm sure there's a keyboard. I never learned all the I know some shortcuts, but not enough. I actually have a keyboard skin that has a Photoshop, like it's for Photoshop. It's just all the shortcuts. But I never put it on my keyboard and use it and memorize anything. What was I doing? Oh yeah, hit this button. Dink. Now everything's red. Ah, boy, there's ropes and feathers and stuff. Now I'm gonna go in with. It's inevitable. See, AI is not perfect. You still gotta go in and do things manually. So now I'm just gonna go in and fill in where the selection. Stop it. Where the automatic selector missed some spots. I'm just gonna go in and grab those spots with this. So what I've done is selected everything, went up there to this, select menu, hit inverse, went down here. It's hard to see through my little face here, but right here, see my cursor moving right there in the corner? Right there on the side? That, whatever the hell that's called. Once you click that, the whole thing highlights, and then you can use the paintbrush tool with black and white. It has to be black and white specifically. Black fills in, white takes away. White acts as an eraser in this instance for this technique. And it's so handy. It helps you get your selections so precise. Another photographer who's interested in doing work like this asked me one time, they're like, your work's so great. And I was like, that's not true, but thank you. Yeah, how can I help you? You know, they reached out to me and they're like, I just got some questions. They're like, how do you get your selection so perfect? And I was like, oh, dude, you got to go in and hand paint, man. And he's like, oh, you know, he was one of those people who had heard about the pen tool. And I was like, you know, if you can make that work for you, I'm sure you can get a good result. But this is just what works for me, and this is how I get it so clean. In my earlier work, like, I could go to my website right now and point out a few pieces and show you, like, look where it's not clean. But it's really hard for... I've taken down most of the old stuff that's kind of messy and obviously old. But there's a few pieces where it's like, you can't tell, but I know where it is. I know where the mistake lies. But ever since I learned this trick, it's gotten me through. I just go all the way around about this zoomed in, maybe a little bit more. And I just go all the way around the perimeters of the subject and fill in everywhere. And sometimes I'll go over the edge just a little bit, and that's okay, because after I've selected and taken the subject out of the original background and dropped it on a plain checkered background, I can just erase and clean up those edges with an eraser tool. Like here, for example, I'm probably going to regret highlighting this hair right here, but whatever. The AI has gotten really damn good at doing hair. I don't really have to worry about hair anymore like I used to. It used to be such a pain in the ass to get hair, feathers, anything with like a fine hair texture, essentially, to translate well into a fresh background without it looking like you know, completely altered their hair or smoothed it down unnaturally. Like, you need some flyaways. Not every flyaway needs to be taken away. There, it looks weird. God, I hate that it didn't get this damn edge. And now I have to. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna go outside the line. I use a mouse for this, by the way. Not a fucking tablet, so it's not like... I really don't know how people use tablets. Oh, god damn it. You know what? Hold on. Let's see. I'm just gonna see. Whoa, what the... Not that. That's... Stop it. Mouse gets buggy. I don't think blowing in it actually works, but it's like the old Nintendo habit. Gotta blow into it. Alright, I want this tool. I'll make it small. Please just do this work for me. Grab that edge, damn it. It's part of what I want. Grab it. Grab it. If I can get this tool to grab it, then I don't have to paint it so much. Or worry about it not being cleaner. Because the AI will clean up the edges. I have it set, I have edges set to like feather or something. So it should come out as a nice clean selection. Yeah. That was a little overzealous. God damn it. Damn it, Bobby. It's okay. At least it's roughly selected and I can go in and just clean it up rather than painting the whole friggin' thing. Anything else here want to be difficult? Real quick? Yeah. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit right there. Where else? Where else is it a janky ass mess? Let's see. Not that much. Oh my god. Might as well try to fill it in here. It's supposed to be one of those smart tools. It's not always smart. Sometimes it's dumb. Oh yeah, that's a tree. There we go. Good to see that. See how her color just blends right the hell in with the background. Right there. Ah, scheiße. Oh my god, can you not? How do you not see it? I can see it. Oh my god, okay. No, it's just getting out of control. There we go. Sometimes you have to help train the thing. No. There we go. obvious what I want you to do. There we go. Stop trying to drastically fuck up, would ya? Tool. All right. That's as clean as I'm gonna make it with this in that spot. It's pretty good at latching onto the edges, though. All right. Now let's inverse it. That back out. Just go over it. Double check. Where was I? I was up here. Yeah, I got that edge. Thank you. That's less painting for me. I might regret that. I might want to erase that edge after all. I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens after it's selected. I see a little silver right there. Yeah, that's a part of it. Shit. There we go. Oh, here's a little bit. You're also not working with real steel weapons here, you're working with foam and stuff, so it can get a little chopped up around the edges after they get used and, you know, carried around as props for however many hundreds of times they're used before they have to get fixed. Ah, perfect edges. A little bit that missed. Trying to make sure it didn't miss much. I can also, another neat trick is if you go through this whole thing and, oh, let's say you take your, excuse me, I have to stretch. Let's say you take your subject out of its original background, and let's say you accidentally didn't select enough. Like, let's say I didn't get that edge just right, or whatever, this little clip right here or something. I can use the clone stamp tool to copy right next to it and brush in and make it look like nothing ever happened. So that's another little trick, tip, whatever, hack. If you over-select, or under-select, I should say. I'm not too worried about those scraggly little hairs. They'll blend in fine with the background. I use a soft brush to go in and kind of muddle with the hairs anyway to make them look not so selected in the final product. Hopefully it comes out good in the end. I'm not a very good judge. I think all my work is crap. That's cleaner. Change it over to white, get that corner. Okay, not too worried about the hair, just want to make sure everything else is selected. That's fine. That worked out really well actually for that piece. What the fuck is going on here? What is going on here? Is it the clothes or the rock? That's clothes. Okay, then I'm just gonna do this, and then we'll figure it out later. I'd rather over select and have to erase than under select and have to clone. The clone stamp tool is a nice thing to have, but it's the last resort for fixing shit, because I'd rather just have it all and erase down to the subject than try to bring the subject back. It's like cutting hair, right? You can't put it back, so you gotta take a little bit out at a time. Oh, I missed that spot altogether. It's another thing, you gotta look in the subject, make sure it didn't miss any of the armor, the weapons, the face, parts of the helmet. here. That's part of it. That's just how it's selected, okay. Just talking myself through it. Oh boy, okay, here's where I knew there was going to be some trouble. This little piece of rope here. So yeah, let's just go and select as much as we can. Feather that out a little bit. Soften that up. Okay. And I'll probably have to go in and erase some of that. That's exactly why I'm over compensating right now, so if I have to erase a little bit, it won't look too weird later. Because I'm a bull in a china shop in many ways, and one of them I have a blunt hand with this. I use a heavy hand, big brushes, that kind of thing. I don't really get into like. I use a soft brush for everything. I don't really get into like I have a million different brushes that I use for different things, but for the most part, this is it. I'll just use this blunt tool for everything. Whoops, that's too much. Make that smaller. Loud car, everybody's impressed. Wow. Your gas bill must be so high. Sorry, there's a big loud car that just went by. I'm so shocked if you didn't hear it. Oh, that's another reason I have to stream late in the afternoons on Tuesday is the leaf blowers today. I considered streaming earlier and then they kicked in and I was like, yeah. they kept blowing leaves. They were blowing dust around for like an hour and a half. There's no damn leaves on the ground right now. Alright, I think that's as selected as she's gonna get, ladies and gentlemen. Let's back it up. Inverse it back. Copy paste. Not bad. Not a bad selection. Everything's there. She's not missing any pieces. This is good. Alright, now I'm going to bring her all the way to the top. Whew. I'm going to give myself 20 more minutes, guys. And then I got a skidoo. I need to probably put food in my body. I haven't done that in many hours. And then I should run that errand I gotta do. Errands. Alright. So for now, let's fuck around with these backgrounds. Like I said before, the backgrounds end up being as massive as these files, so they're made separately. They are their own composites. Fuck, I like that. That's cute. That's the same woods as before. Alright, I might use that. Definitely not that one. That one. Maybe. Fuck, that's gonna be hard to pick. It's okay. She's in the middle of a stream. I should have known better than to mix that element in when I was doing it, but I got carried away. Nope. This is that process of elimination I was telling you about that you don't get to see all the time. Kind of like that. Trying to narrow it down. Definitely don't like that one. AI Skies sometimes came out right. Okay, fuck. Now I have to pick. Oh no. Now I have to choose. I'm choosing. Choosing. Here's the hard part. There can only be one. This is the Highlander situation. Okay. I really like the first one. That's pretty damn dope. Looks like she's right on the edge of the stream. The foreground's got the right kind of blur. I set it up. I'm getting better at setting up my backgrounds. Getting better at it. I like that one. It really fits with that first one. I want them to be cohesive. Fuck, that one looks cool too. If I had more of an audience here, I'd put a poll up and be like, alright, everybody vote. You pick, chat picks. Maybe one day, after the audience grows. Fuck, that one's cool too. Really hard to pick. Might be able to mix them together. Take that one out. I might be able to mess around with this and figure something out. Either way, let's pretend it's this one, because no matter which way I slice it here, the backgrounds have the same colors going on. I think I want that one. So we'll just leave it on this for now, and I'm gonna probably keep messing with that background, but just for the sake of moving forward, and to show you a few more things before I get off of here, keep in mind that's not exactly the background I'm going to have. It's going to be like it, but not exactly. But it will be in the same color scheme, so I'm going to take her... hold on. Take a copy first. Wait, god damn it. Copy. Thank you. Filter neural neurons. Take a neural filter. Harmonization, I think it was this one. Bump it up. So you can see what's happening. Let's see what that does. Get me a close approximation, hopefully. Whoa, that's a little much, darling. Calm it down. Okay, I'm okay with that. We deselect. You can see, yeah, it definitely helped make the coloring more cohesive with the background. So I'm going to copy that again, the new one. I just kept that one there so you could see it. And then I'm going to take this and make it probably, odds are, a soft light. Whoa. Yeah, so there's the original color, there's the new color with an overlay layer. Soft lit. Fuck with it a little bit. Yeah, just enough to make me happy. I think it's like right around 70. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll bring in all the overlay, lighting, effects, fog maybe, just to make it look a little more blended in the foreground. And I'll probably keep messing around with that background because I don't know, I like two of them too much, so I'm going to try to put them together. And the next time you see me, maybe another day this week, if not tomorrow, maybe Friday, you'll see me working on some of these other ones. Hopefully I'll have some of these done by the time you see them here. And again, if you're one of these Mandalorians waiting for your photos, it's going to be a little bit longer, but they're getting done. As you can see, it takes a bit of time. It's all from scratch. So you just got to let it cook, you know? You just got to let it cook. But they'll be done soon.